One sentence summary. Charlie Sheen plays Ditch Brody, a skydiving expert who gets involved in former KGB agents doing crimes. Could you beat the villain? Without Charlie Sheen's skydiving expertise, it would be difficult for me to stop these KGB agents, because I can't solve every single problem I'm faced with a parachute, sadly. But I could beat these guys. So there's a bit where they've hidden a plane that they've stolen in like a plane graveyard, and then they're getting ready to, take all the gold that they've stashed in this plane and flee the location. If that were me, I would start a big ass fire. All the local authorities, the police, the fire police, the ambulance police, they would all come rushing in. Things would be uncovered. The KGB guys, they're not getting away with these crimes anymore. The day has been saved. And James Gandolfini doesn't need to parachute kick me in the face. How would you improve this film? There's a lot of odd camera angles and weird choices of where to position the camera in this film. Just strange. And the KGB agents, they're like deep cover from what I understand. So like James Gandolfini, I think he was a district attorney or something along those lines. And he's doing like a Clark Kent sort of bumbling kind of guy thing. And then it's revealed that he is a KGB spy master, and he continues doing the American accent when you'd think he would just, I'm talking to my good friend Chris McDonald. He's a big dude, wouldn't be able to beat him in a fight. Anyway, Chris McDonald, another deep cover Russian agent, so you would think when they're all hanging out together they wouldn't bother doing their American accents, they'd just talk in a Russian accent or in Russian, but they don't. Charlie Sheen, he makes a decision, I'm going to assume, to act like he's a wooden dummy and can't move his face or express. I don't know why he chose that for the character of Ditch Brody, but I'm sure he did, and it's not just, he's not the best actor in the world. There are quite a few Coca-Cola product placements in this film, and you expect them, in the background or someone's drinking one, but at one point, Charlie Sheen is planning to seduce a lady and he's talking to one of the other skydivers, and he's like, hey, we go out for a Coke, and we go back to her place. That's weird. You would say you'd go out for a drink. Gandolfini, I've just written here Gandalf because I know who I was talking about. When he's fighting Charlie Sheen at the end of the film, he definitely rips his trousers, and you can definitely see a tear, and then in the next scene, there's no tear in his trousers. Charlie Sheen's in a fight with Chris McDonald in this film, that big dude, and he takes the top of a toilet cistern to the back of the head, and he walks it off. And so I'm thinking, he's extreme sportsy because it's the 90s, and he's also like Wolverine, I guess. Charlie Sheen plays Ditch Brody, and his actual name is Richard Brody. He says that his name is Ditch because it was shortened to Richard, or it was shortened to Rich, and then Dick. So it just became Ditch. That's 100% not true. His name is Ditch Brody because people are trying to ditch him because he's a dumbass and no one likes him in the film. And, obviously someone's overheard it and they've just lied to say, oh, that's why we call you Ditch. This guy, when he was a teenager or whatever, he was an Olympic gymnast, and then the Americans didn't go to Moscow that year for the Olympics, so he lost his chance and he became a parachute guy for some reason. Anywho, he's in his office because I guess his boss at the parachute place has said, you're a goddamn menace, you're grounded. One of his colleagues, who at first I think she's got broken arms or a broken leg, then later in the film she's got the other one. Anyway, she's like, oh my god, what's this picture on this magazine in the bin? It's you. You were an Olympic gymnast. Oh my god, what a loser. And then he's ashamed of this. And then later in the film, he's got that same picture in his wallet. So I just feel sorry for the character. He's a sad, sad man, is what I'm saying. Anywho, There's a bit where the Russian spy lady has told Ditch Brody, you've got to break into this place and I need you to flip some switches to turn off the electric fence. And I swear she says like number 20 and number 22 or whatever it is, and there's a close up on it and he doesn't flip one of those switches. I've got written here that he flipped number 20 instead of 17, so there you go. I'm not going to rewatch the film. Chris McDonald, he sees Ditch Brody running away on some CCTV and he instantly knows who it is, even though he only sees the back of the guy's head. The Russian spy lady, she got stabbed in the back by James Gandolfini in the climactic fight at the end. And then, you know, after that's done, you see her with her arm in a sling. So I don't know why that was the case, because your arm and your back are different. Charlie Sheen's in a lot of trouble because the Russian spy lady has faked her own death on a skydiving lesson with him, and he's suspicious about this, so he just breaks into her house. If she hadn't faked her own death, that just looks a lot worse for you, because you've just broken into the house of a dead woman. You're probably covering up evidence. There's a junkyard guy called Sam who doesn't seem to like Ditch Brody, because no one does, and for some reason he has a rocket launcher and he fires it and then he's dead. So that was weird. Also, I'm pretty sure that guy was going to kill himself because he was building like a rocket car, and Ditch Brody and the Russian lady get on the rocket car, it fires off, and it's towards a brick wall basically, and there was like a smiley face or a have a nice day or something along those lines printed on the wall, and I think that guy was just planning to fire himself into it. Why would the woman who is planning to fake her own death mention the second plane, the one that she is aware of, because they're about to throw a dead body out of it to make it look like she's jumped out and she's gone poof into the ground? And if you only have a hammer, everything that everything looks like a nail basically. If you've only got one tool, that's what you'll use for every job. And that is very much the attitude this film takes to parachutes. There's a bit where Charlie Sheen's on like a second or third story building top, maybe, and he just inflates his parachute with a bit of wind and he flies away. I don't think that's how parachutes work, but I'm not an expert. Right now, 5 beers. I laughed so hard at this film that I got told to be quiet, and not all the jokes were intentional. Having said that, I had a thoroughly nice time, so I would give this 2 beers out of 5.